Mid-size pickup trucks have seen a huge comeback in recent years thanks to Toyota's redesigned Tacoma and General Motors' Canyon in Colorado. With this market being more competitive, the GMC Canyon must stay on top of its game if it wants to compete against the sales king, the Tacoma. So for 2017, the Canyon sees some pretty noteworthy updates, including the addition of 2 new trim levels. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2017 GMC Canyon Denali. Now the Canyon here actually shares the same platform with the Chevrolet Colorado. They share many of the same features as well as the same powertrains too. But the Canyon is positioned more as of a premium mid-size pickup truck, and our top of the line Denali trim is a new trim level here, and it can't get any more premium than this for a mid-size pickup, with a unique chrome front grille that gives the Canyon much more road presence. And I really do love it. It reminds me of GMC's Yukon Denali. And then you also do have these 20-inch wheels. But overall, it's a pretty good looking truck, and you do have LED daytime running lights. Now there's also a couple more new features for 2017. They upgraded the head unit, and also the 3.6 liter V6 has been revised and produces more power this time around, and you get a new 8-speed automatic with that powertrain. Now here goes the key fob design for the Canyon. You have your remote engine start, your lock, unlock, and then your panic alarm. Love those LEDs. Now this color is known as the mineral metallic, and you do have chrome exterior door handles with chrome running boards, which helps out quite a bit when getting in and out of the Canyon here. Then on the interior you will find leather seats, and on the Denali trim you do get unique front seats with the Denali logo embroidered into the headrest, which is very nice. And then you also do get this really nice looking white contrast stitching. Overall, really good looking seats here. And you do have your power driver seat, however manual recline, pretty surprised about that. Then you do have power lumbar. All right, now stepping on inside of the Canyon, I have to say this interior is certainly the best interior in the mid-size pickup truck class. I mean, just look at the details with the stitching on the dashboard. It certainly gives it a much more premium vibe inside of here, and I love the new head unit. It's much larger this time around, and I love the stairwell too. Overall, this is certainly not a bad looking interior. However, positioned as a premium mid-size pickup, especially in the Denali trim, I'm pretty surprised that there is no push button start. I do expect that. I mean, the Toyota Tacoma in the top trim does offer push button start. And what you're hearing there is a 2.8 liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder. You have a full leather wrap steering wheel. Now coming to your transmission here, we do have a 6-speed automatic. Now this replaces the 8-speed automatic since we do have the turbo diesel engine. Go for the V6 and you get that 8-speed. You also do have lower gear selection, and when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines and trajectory. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the headlights. You also do have fogs and hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Canyon. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with chrome mirror caps. Now if you go for the Denali trim, it's only available in the crew cab model, and you can either get the long box or the short box with it. Instead, you do have 20-inch alloy wheels. I love this mineral metallic color. Halogen projector beam headlights with LED daytime running lights and halogen fogs. Alright, now powering the Canyon here is your optional 2.8 liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine. And it produces 181 horsepower, but that's not the big number here. The big number is the amount of torque it has. You're looking at 369 pound-feet of torque. EPA estimates for our 4-wheel drive model is 20 in the city and 28 on the highway. 2-wheel drive models, you're looking at 22 in the city and 31 on the highway. Pretty good fuel economy estimates there. But overall, we'll see what this baby could do when we hit the road later in the video. Alright, now driving the 2017 GMC Canyon. Now, I have to say, the GMC Canyon, along with its twin, the Chevrolet Colorado, are the best mid-size pickups to drive. And one reason is because that it has a very civilized and a very smooth kind of ride. It has more of a crossover type feel rather than a truck-like feel. Now, if you look at its main competitor, the Toyota Tacoma or even the Nissan Frontier, those vehicles handle and they drive more like traditional trucks. But the Canyon, you know, feels like a modern pickup, which I do like. Now, the handling is pretty good, especially for a truck, and feels more predictable than the Toyota Tacoma. Feels a little bit more buttoned down, which is nice. And overall, the ride is fairly smooth. I wouldn't necessarily say it's quiet, especially with this turbo diesel engine here, but it's much more quiet than the Toyota Tacoma. I have to say that the GMC Canyon is the best mid-size pickup to drive. Now, if you do look at the Honda Ridgeline, however, the Ridgeline is not based off of a truck, it's based off of a car. It's a car-based pickup truck, which is kind of weird. If you do compare it to that vehicle, the Honda Ridgeline is certainly more civilized than the Canyon here, but the Canyon is a traditional body-on-frame truck here. And if you're looking at body-on-frame trucks, then the Canyon as well as the Colorado, definitely they're the best mid-size pickups to drive. But the Honda Ridgeline, you know, I really think it's in a unique class of its own. It's not really, you know, trying to compete with Toyota's Tacoma or the GMC's Canyon, as it's based off of a car. Now, also new this year is that all-terrain package that you can get on the Canyon, which adds much more ground clearance. And if you're looking for off-road capabilities, then I suggest going with that all-terrain package. But if you go with any other Canyon, it's not really off-road worthy, especially due to that front air dam. I really don't like that. Now, this turbo diesel engine we have here provides lots of torque, especially at low engine speeds, which means the transmission doesn't have to downshift as often, which is nice. And there is also the 3.6 liter V6 engine. Now, I really don't find the turbo diesel to be a huge upgrade over the V6 engine, and that's because the V6 engine, since it's been revised this year with more power and better fuel efficiency, it can tow up to 7,000 pounds as well, and it's just not a huge upgrade, you know, over the turbo diesel isn't a huge upgrade over the V6. The turbo diesel could tow up to 7,700 pounds, but I mean, if you really need all that towing capability, then you may want to step up to this turbo diesel, but the V6 provides plenty of towing capability. So overall, I really do think that the 2017 GMC Canyon is the best mid-size pickup truck to drive, due to the fact that it handles and rides like a crossover SUV while not being one. It's a traditional body-on-frame type of truck, and it provides a variety of powertrains and pretty good towing capability, as well as great fuel efficiency and good power. I certainly think it's the best mid-size pickup in the whole entire class, to be honest. Now, if you compare it to the Toyota Tacoma, like I said, if you're looking for better off-road capabilities, then you may want to check out the Tacoma, as well as better reliability, of course. Also, if you're looking for a smoother and a more comfortable type of ride, then you may want to check out the Honda Ridgeline. But the Canyon, for being a body-on-frame truck, has a very smooth ride. Now, competitors of the Canyon, you have the vehicles in the mid-size pickup truck class, of course. This includes the likes of the Toyota Tacoma and Chevrolet's Colorado, as well as the Nissan Frontier. However, I wouldn't necessarily call the Colorado a competitor, since the Canyon and Colorado are heavily related to each other. Total vehicle price for our particular Canyon is $47,885. The overall vehicle score from the government 5-star safety ratings, 4 out of 5. And the final assembly point for this vehicle is in the United States, but the engine for the country of origin is actually in Thailand. And the EPA estimates 20 in the city and 28 on the highway. Coming to the rear of the Canyon, you do have a trailer tow hitch. Of course, you have all of your full power accessories, power windows, mirrors, and your power door locks, and chrome interior door handles. Interior quality in the Canyon is pretty good. It's certainly very competitive for the mid-size pickup truck class, but for $40,000 you expect a decent interior here, and the materials are pretty nice. You have soft touch materials on the armrests and on the mid door panel here. Upper door panel is hard touch plastic, but the graining is decent. Up here on the dashboard, all soft touch, and I really do love the stitching. Build quality is pretty good and certainly very competitive for the class. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the interior of the Canyon, and it's certainly one of the best interiors in the mid-size pickup truck class. Coming to the steering wheel, your steering wheel is fully leather wrapped and it is heated, which is nice. Over here you do have your cruise control buttons and your forward collision alert. And then over here you do have your controls for your Bluetooth phone controls and your voice recognition. And your steering wheel mounted audio controls are located on the back of the steering wheel. Down here you have a little storage cubby, as well as your USB port, auxiliary input, and a 12 volt power outlet. Dual cup holders, and then you also do have a wireless charging pad, which is nice. Decent amount of center console storage. It's pretty deep overall, I have to say. And you do have a USB charging port in there. What I am disappointed with in the Canyon is that there is no sunroof, and for a little over $40,000 for a mid-size pickup truck, I really do expect a sunroof. I mean, at this price, you can get a sunroof in that Toyota Tacoma. You have your map lights, as well as your sunglass container. And right here, you do have your automatic climate control. No dual zone though. And then you have your different zones, as well as your fan speeds. And down here, you will find your traction control off, your cargo lamps, and then your lane departure warning. And then we also do have heated seats, 3-staged for the driver and the front passenger, as well as ventilated front seats too. Now, what I do like about the Canyon is that the driving position is decent. It's much better than what you will find in the Toyota Tacoma. In the Tacoma, it feels like your head is about to hit the ceiling, but that's not the case here in the Canyon. The seats are also fairly comfortable and fairly supportive. A little on the firm side, but thigh support is pretty good. And overall, I would certainly take this vehicle on a long road trip. Really do love these seats in the Denali trim with the white contrast stitching. Gives it a much more luxurious feel. There goes your glove box, nice and deep. Coming to the gauges in the instrument cluster, very traditional kind of setup. On the right, you do have your speedometer. On the left, you'll find your tach, and in the center, you have your fuel gauge. And right in the center shows all of your vehicle information. It's controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel right here. Shows you a digital speedometer, You also have your diesel exhaust fluid level, your transmission fluid, and then you also do have your fuel filter life percentage, your oil pressure, tire pressure, oil life percentage, and your instant fuel economy, fuel range, and your trip information. Plenty of information right there. And then your audio, you can change your audio source from here, view what song is playing. Phone, you can make a telephone call from here. Inner navigation shows you turn-by-turn directions. And you could change the units from US to metric. You have your info pages. You could set a speed warning if you would like. Really nice. Overall, I love this setup here. It's very intuitive and easy to use with minimal fuss. Alright, now let's get to the infotainment system and the main head unit. Now this is the GMC IntelliLink system. We've seen this interface many times here before, and it's an excellent infotainment system. Now this is your home screen, and you can access this home screen anytime you would like just by pressing on this home screen button. Coming to your audio sources, we do have all of the norm. You do have AM, FM, as well as your external media such as your USB port with iPod integration, your auxiliary input, and your Bluetooth streaming audio. And you do have XM satellite radio. And then you also do have 4G LTE Wi-Fi, which comes with every GMC vehicle. And then up here it also displays your exterior temperature readout, as well as your digital clock. You have your phone. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone, view all of your recent calls, view your voicemail. You have an integrated dial pad, view all of your contacts. And then your projection feature is for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and to use that feature you'll just have a USB cord and connect it to your smartphone through this USB port down here. Then you have your navigation, of course, and I love how it has 3D rendering of buildings. It also shows you live traffic, and you have points of interest. You can enter in your destination by voice, and you can zoom in and out, of course. Then your settings, there's many different settings that you could change here, from the teen driver, vehicle, Bluetooth, time and date. I'm not going to go over this too much since we've seen this head unit so many times. And then you also do have your live weather. It gives you a 5-day forecast if you like. You could change your location. SMS text messaging, and your OnStar, and your live traffic. Gives you a whole list of the traffic incidents. And then you have your shop. You can download apps. But overall, really do love the GMC IntelliLink system, and I think it's very intuitive, easy to use, and responsive. Alright, let's go ahead and shut down the Canyon. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the truck. Build quality and materials do follow through in the rear. We also do have rear adjustable headrests and a sliding rear window. And what's nice about the Canyon is that you could fold these seat cushions up just by pulling on this lever and then pulling up on the cushion. Fairly easy mechanism, so you can have a little bit more storage back here in case if you don't want to store things back in the cargo box. Now back here there's a decent amount of space. However, the Tacoma is slightly roomier, but no dual map pockets. You do have a single map pocket though. 2 USB charging ports, love to see that, and a 12-volt power outlet. So if you have kids and they want to charge their tablet or phone or something, then that's pretty useful. And you do have dual cup holders as well as a rear center armrest back here, as well as more map lights. Not LEDs though. Alright. Now what I love about General Motors pickup trucks is that they have these little side corner steps, which makes it easier to get in and out of the cargo bed. Love how the tailgate comes down slowly. And you have your Denali logo embroidered into the cargo bed, which is cool. And this is the short box Canyon. Powered passenger seat with manual recline and power lumbar. So with its variety of engine choices with an available diesel engine and its luxurious interior that's well built, as well as its refined driving dynamics, the 2017 GMC Canyon is an excellent choice for a midsize pickup truck. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.